Alright. Hello.
Aye, aye.
How we doing? Alright.
Aye.
Game day, come on. I mean, do you have any like superstitions before leading up to a game?
It depends. I don't have like a set routine what I do. Like I know some people will put the shin pads on and leave them on and stuff like that. Probably one of the things that I always do is what Kirky does his head in, and some other players as well, is I always seem to go for a wash right just before kick-off with ice cold water. I'll put it obviously on my face and all over my head and down the back of my neck, just to try and wake us up as much as I can. And then when I go out and around the change room and shake everybody's hand, Kirky says, "Oh, why is it always David with his hands soaking wet?" Does his head in a little bit, so it makes it a little bit more better when I do it, because obviously if he doesn't like it, it's another little bit added banter what goes on in the change room, what people don't see.
What about the mentality towards games? I mean, are you the kind of player who just like switches off, going out like going through the walkway, lining up, playing? Or you just kind of play like to keep himself to himself, or like do you be like a character and try and jig everyone up?
Well, I'm the type of player that always wears my heart on my sleeve anyway, and if I do try and G other players up, but if you shouldn't need to G other players up, because they should automatically be wanting to be up for the game anyway. But I wouldn't say I'm a vocal kind of player in the changing room. I know I am on the pitch, but I don't know if that's down to experience or what, being one of the older ones. But before the game, I tend to keep myself to myself, and I do put my arms around people and say, "Oh, well, let's have a go." But I would say that I'm not that type off the field.
Are you the kind of player who, you know, if a game goes well, kind of goes home and everything seems to be on cloud nine, or are you the kind of player when losers, you know, don't speak to us and you just want to shut yourself off? Are you kind of like an emotional player, depending on what the result is?
Again, it's the importance of the actual game, what you actually win or you actually lose, because obviously some games are bigger than others, like derbies and FA Cups and FA Vases, ex-teammates, ex-clubs. So, I mean, when you play against the ex-club, you always try to run that extra mile, and if you do get beat, sometimes you actually do. I have been a one way. I've went home in the strop, as you call, and it takes you a while to get out of it, but it shouldn't affect your home life. I know football's my life and stuff like that, but you can't go home and take your result home with you. But of course, if you win, no matter what, it's winning makes you happy. So to answer that question is probably yes and no. Depends on the game.
What's it like as a player to watch a team play well and win well, and what's it like to be in a team where things don't exactly click and things could go from bad to worse?
It's easy to play in when things are going right, because obviously everything does fall into place and it's easy. You turn up, and if things are going well, you win and it's great. But when things don't, you find it's more of a frustration what comes into you when your team's not doing very well, and it is difficult, but as a player you just seem to get through it. And the most important thing is the character around the changing room that gets you through it. And if it's still enjoyable turning up, even when you're getting beat, that's half the battle. So that's probably what that is.
What about your dad? Because I know he's been at every single game mostly, and he goes everywhere you go. I mean, not a lot of dads do that.
I mean, my dad's followed us since I was a bairn. Like you say, he's hardly ever missed. The only times he misses, obviously, if he's away on holiday and stuff like that. But my dad's the same as me. We're trying to get our holidays out of the football season. He wasn't very happy when my mum went and booked the one short term, and it was during I think he missed a concert game or something. But it's nice to because obviously when you go through junior football and stuff, the parents seem to have they always follow them, and when the players get up to older, they tend to fade away. But my dad's been there, like I say, since I was a bairn. He never misses, even training he's there. So it's the games when he's not there, it's strange, because I obviously look at, he always goes on my side where I'm at, and if he's not there, it's strange when it's not there, but it's great. He'll phone us up on a Friday night, ask what time's picking up and stuff like that. So it's just like being another player all my life, really, which has been absolutely spot on.
Dean recently left the club, and Richie gave you the assistant manager's job. I mean, how you feeling about that?
Absolutely over the moon, to be honest. Obviously not over the moon because Dino was left, but because he's a good player and a good massive character to have around the club in the change room and stuff like that. But we moved on, and definitely like I said, what I've said to Andy, and that I couldn't wait to work with such a talented bunch of players as what we've got.
You were manager of Town Law, I think, and is that kind of experience going to help you now towards now and the end of the season?
Well, it cannot hurt, but at Town Law it's a completely different situation. What I am in now. Obviously, Town Law were actually financially crippled when I took the job on. We're obviously a little bit healthier here. The squad's completely different. No disrespect to the lads I had at Town Law, but. It's just a completely different bunch of players what I'm working with now than what I was at Town Law, but no doubt it'll help, no doubt about that.
Richie's been sound, things haven't been going peachy, with Benno leaving and then Dean leaving and then you getting brought in. Richie's been fantastic, would you say, with not only just the club but the players?
Richie hasn't changed anyway towards the players. Because that's just the professionalism what he shows. It's, I don't know, when big characters go out the dressing room like Dino and Benno, they do take some replacing, and it's you get it. It's like it's unknown what's going on, but Richie. Since day one, since I've been there, obviously as a player now, obviously stepped up. He try and makes things as easy as possible before the match. He comes in, he'll have a laugh. He even makes jokes when he's. I think he's a bit like Bobby Robson at times because he gets his names muddled up and stuff like that. But it's the fun factor he brings to the club as well. What people don't see. Don't get us wrong. He's just very, very serious when it comes to the 90 minutes of football. But Richie's a one where. You win and lose on the pitch, and no matter what, after that game, he doesn't take it home. He'll leave it in the changing room, and that'll be it. And some people find that hard to the way he is, but his professionalism for the club and everything else is absolutely spot on, mixed up with his humour and his fun character and stuff like that. It's a pleasure to be around, to be honest.
Akram was speaking to you for the first time just before the start of the season. He said to me that no matter what, you'd be there for the lads, come rain or shine. Mm-hmm. Is that still the case now?
Oh, without a doubt. I'm loyal as they come. So, like I said, I will stick by any of my teammates. I'll stick by obviously the club, and just to make sure that why I was brought to the club in the first place, that was to achieve promotion. And no doubt I will give it my best shot, and certainly now as being on part of the management team, I've got to work even harder to achieve that, because it's not just as a player, I've got to do it on the management side as well. So we've got to work even harder, so it'll be even better success. Hopefully when it comes May, we'll be promoted first, second or third.
What are you feeling now before the game? Any nerves thinking about now, or taking it as it comes?
It's different for us now because obviously it's management. Again, I would normally I would just be thinking, I've got my game to play today and stuff like that. I don't really get nervous because obviously I've been in situations like this for quite. Obviously, I'm getting on a bit. But I've been in situations like this for quite a long time. So, it's game day, but you've got to knuckle down and do the best you can and make sure that you get the 3 points. That's what we've turned up for.
Well, you now, end of the game. How are you feeling?
I'm absolutely over the moon. We've got a game plan today. Be really solid across. And I think apart from a sloppy goal, we were worthy winners today. We looked a powerful side. Players done their jobs. Paul Gardner ran his absolute socks off. My man of the match by a mile. But it's not just that. It's the attitude and it's the Dava what they show. And it was frustrating on Tuesday because I played really well, but today I thought we were different class today at times.
From your perspective, if we spoke in the car earlier, what are you feeling now?
It's when you're a player and you win, it's great. But when you're part, like I said, part of a management team, you work a little bit extra hard just to make sure everything's right in there. And when it does come right and we play like that, it's absolutely. It's great. It makes my whole weekend now what them lads have done in there.
And last from me, just to wrap this up, is it must be a bit of a sucker not to play, but is it equally satisfying to watch the lads go out and play as well as what you've just described there and watch them play and win comfortably?
Obviously, if you get beat, you look at yourself and think maybe I should have played, but we bring players to this football club. It's not about being an individual, how people are better than other people and stuff like that. So we're a good squad, and it's just proved that when we bring players in, I mean, Heads at left back today, and Jamie down the left hand side, them two, because we knew their threat was Rocky Andrews, because when we played them the other game, shut him off, and at times the pair of them were absolutely brilliant. But it's again, you're bringing names up, but every single man in there, apart from the sloppy goal, you can hold the Heads high and do